Hello, everyone. Welcome back to more Quick Draft Strixhaven. I noticed as I was signing up for this one that Quick Draft Strixhaven ends in 28 hours. So even though my, I mean, I don't know. By the time you guys are watching this, it's been over for a long time, right? At the time of recording this, the first Strixhaven Quick Draft video has just like gone up. So that's about how far behind we are. I've logged a lot of hours of Magic, and just like Crimson Vow, right? When I don't know, I caught onto it at the very end and was uploading backlog videos until anyway, whatever. Point is, not much Strixhaven left. They're going back to Crimson Vow, which I guess I'll play again. I don't know. This is what I think is happening. The schedule is kind of unclear. Retriever Phoenix. I have never seen this card. It is a 4-mana 2/2 flying haste. Huh. If you cast it, learn. And if it's in your graveyard, when you learn, you could instead put it back on the battlefield. That seems kind of exciting. Unlike all of this other stuff. Like, the lessons here are fine, and the Silver Quill Pledge Mage is fine. Arrogant Poet is fine, but this could be like a real thing, right? It's probably not insane. It's probably in like the top 100, 120 maybe. Yeah, it's 48th. Very, very good. And something we might try building the deck around, but not going to instantly win the game for playing it. I mean, it's a 4-mana aggro / value card, which is not really a combination you see so often. I don't know. Is it really that aggro? It's like a 4-mana 2/2 flyer. I say aggro because it has haste, right? Like, flying haste cards are pretty, like, I want to kill you. But it is only a 2/2, and it's hard to return. But when you do, it's like great value. So, I don't know. We'll obviously try to bias a little more towards learn cards now that we have this. Revitalize, Kelpie Guide. Kelpie Guide's okay. Start from scratch is a lesson in red. Expels, okay. None of this is very good. Actually, isn't Emergent Sequence like fairly okay? It's not red, but that's fine. We might just end up not playing this card. It's worse that, like, not only is it not red, it's not blue or white either, which are the two colors that work best with red in this format. Let me just look up how good this is. It's like 117th. It's okay. It's like pretty good, I guess. I would have liked it in my last Quandrix draft because I took a few biomathematicians and didn't really get much else that comboed with them. I guess I had the Leyline Invocations and the what's the 4-mana blue one that also makes a fractal based on instance in your graveyard? I can't remember what that one's called. Serpentine Curve? Is that right? Serpentine something. Anyway, but it turned out putting extra counters on those things didn't really matter, so I didn't really have much fractal synergy. Whereas a counter on this, like, 1/1 or 2/2 would have been kind of nice. I mean, the Frost Trickster's alright. I could just take a lesson, right? Like, start from scratch or Elemental Summoning. Elemental Summoning's an okay pickup. This is a little worrying. There's no red at all in this pack except the Elemental Summoning, which might mean that we're put off of this. There's not much green either. There's basically, a couple green blue cards and one green black. This seems like a fairly weak pack overall. I'll try Dina. She's playable in a lot of decks. Well, maybe I should aim towards blue-green rather than green-black. Just because, like, red, green, blue is a thing, and, like, black, green, blue is not. Or, sorry. Wait. Yeah, black, red, green is not really a thing. So let me just compare how good it thinks these are. So Dina is 116th, it says here. Eureka's 155th, and Needle Thorn is 210th. So Dina is noticeably better as a first pick. We do have two things that are like that kind of encourage me to not pick black, but I think I just want to stay open and see, like, you know, this is a pretty good green-black card. The fact that nobody took it suggests that at least in the first two picks, no one's really trying for green-black. So we'll see maybe if we end up going in that direction instead. And here, like, there are some red cards, but the only one that's any good is Lorehold Pledge Mage. Well, sorry, that's not true. Spectacle Mage is totally fine. I just saw these two and they suck. There is Cram Session, which is, you know, goes in the Dina deck, even though it's not that amazing. I think I want to take the Lorehold Pledge Mage. I know I like Spectacle Mages, but I think that's a different kind of deck than... I mean, I don't know. It's fine. I would be fine playing these two together. But this fits in, like, any red deck and can, like, just win the game if you play it and a few powerful instants and sorceries. That has definitely happened against me. Ooh, a lot of good red cards in this pack. Academic Dispute is, like, solid, and it's a learn card. I could take another Lorehold Pledge Mage and Environmental Sciences. Sudden Breakthrough's not horrible. I think Academic Dispute, I mean, they're both... I want both of these. And I wouldn't mind this either. Lorehold Excavation is a no thanks. I mean, I don't know. It's not horrible. It, like, yeah, I guess it is. I was briefly thinking that it reminded me of the archway, the kind of 0/4 green wall that I took in a recent draft. Yeah, it was the last one, right? And in the sense that, like, this thing either gains you a life or loses your opponent a life, and the wall, like, gains you a life. They seem kind of close, right, for 2 mana. But no, they're not close at all. The wall is also a 0/4 creature. This thing costs you 5 mana to, like, yeah, eventually it does something. But the point is the wall, like, helped me stay alive long enough to, like, do cool stuff. Whereas this is like, oh, if you can stay alive long enough, you can do some mediocre stuff. Great. I think I just take Academic Dispute. Like, God, they're both... Can I, like, put one of these on hold, set it aside, and guarantee that it wheels? But I think a learn card that synergizes with my existing Pledge Mage and also does learn with the Phoenix is more important than another Pledge Mage. Because, like, this is a common... we might see more of them. Also, it is 3 mana. Like, I don't know. Bit expensive. There you go, another Lorehold Pledge Mage. Alright. So, nobody's taking this shit. That's pretty cool. Make Your Mark is fine, I think, in, like... If you have a bunch of Lorehold Pledge Mages, it could actually be a little bit bananas. Sure. Blood Researcher would fit with the Dina, but it does not look like we are going that direction, and it's not a card worth changing my mind over. Mascot Interception, not really my favorite. Beaming Defiance, if we might end up in red-white. I'd rather that than reduce to memory, I think. Okay. Defend the Campus is okay, but we seem to be heading towards red-white, even though we don't really have a lot of like white stuff right now. I could just very well be mono red and not run Beaming Defiance. But Beaming Defiance would be a decent card, and the fact that all this red-white stuff is getting passed by means that like there's probably going to be decent red-white cards, and if I take this, I'll be able to play them more easily. Defend the Campus is also totally fine. Twin Scroll Shaman is not horrible. Revitalize is a little horrible. I'll take the Shaman. I'm reasonably happy to get Defend the Campus, I think. Thrilling Discovery is... I mean... if you end up having 2 dead cards in hand, and this, it is really nice. But it's a very sad top deck. And like sometimes the cards you draw are not even that amazing. I think I'll just take Defend the Campus. Yeah, I mean, there's just... I'm like... I remembered there was that one guy we played against who was actually running Dragon's Approach. Multiple Dragon's Approaches. I don't remember how that game went. I feel like he actually won. And it was just like playing Burn. I don't remember. It was so long ago. Who knows? I mean... this is available if we wanted it. It's not a horrible proactive play on turn 2, I guess. And there is a fair amount of stuff in Lorehold that cares about your graveyard. I think this is actually not insane to pick. Fuming Effigy? I don't know. Just give me another like decent combat trick. That I think it is insane to pick this. I think your mark's okay. Verdant Mastery. You can pay 6 or 4. You can pay less for this. 4 basic land cards. Put 2 of them on the battlefield under your control. And if you paid the discounted price for it, put 1 into your opponent's control. That's kind of cute. You know, so it's a 6 mana or 4 mana card that ramps you a lot and draws. I mean, I don't really want it. But I suspect it's not even that good. The mastery cards I think are all supposed to be fairly okay. But I bet that's all this one is. Like, I don't know. My guess is 150th. No, let's call it 180th. 317th. Yeah, much worse than even I thought. Okay. I mean, we could take a 2-mana Magecraft card. Because we don't have anything to play on 2 right now. Or we could take a Pigment Storm. I don't think Expanded Anatomy would be awful, and Pilgrim of the Ages is possibly fine as well. Like, it's just a pretty good 3-drop. But if we're trying to like kill opponents quickly, this might be a little too late. So might this, I guess. I'm sure Pilgrim of the Ages is a better card overall than Eager First Year. I'm just like wondering, could it be But the Eager First Year is better in our deck. I don't think there's any reason to deviate from red here. None of this is like amazing. I could just as well take a lesson, I guess. But I don't much want to. I just don't think I want a 3-drop that draws more land. There are cards in red-white that care about stuff leaving your graveyard, but on 6 mana I'm going to be pretty sad no matter what I do. I really want to take this. I think it's the worst of the 3 cards, but... No, you know what? Give me a Pigment Storm. It's like removal, and it's face damage, and 5 is not so horrible. No, but I need creatures? Like, I need 2-drops? Yes, I need 2-drops. Okay. Ooh, haven't seen this card before. It's a Quandrix Mythic that was skipped first pick. Each other planeswalker you control also has the loyalty abilities of this one. Well, that doesn't seem like it's going to do much in limited. +2 to scry 1. -X to make an XX fractal. -8. Search your library for an instant or sorcery that is green or blue. Play it for free. That's actually one of the one of the weaker ultimates I've seen on Planeswalkers. I think this one is more about, you know, getting up 1 or 2 pluses and then using the -X to make a big creature. Yeah, I mean, I don't want it. I'm curious how good it is. Did I spell it wrong? Oh, Kasmina. I thought it was Kasima. Kasmina is pretty good, it says. Alright, good to know. Oh, there is so much I do want in this pack, though. Academic Dispute, Professor of Symbology, another Lorehold Pledge Mage. I think I'll take the Professor of Symbology, actually. Like, it's a pretty solid 2-drop. It learns me this guy back onto the field. There's some likelihood we'll get the Lorehold Pledge Mage back. Those were coming around in pretty late picks earlier. And, you know, if I get the Dispute or even the Boots, I wouldn't be miserable. Approach of the Second Sun, huh? I think Igneous Inspiration is the way to go, though. It's damage, it's trample. No, this isn't the trample one. It's damage and it's learn. Yes, we like it. It's decent. It's decent removal. It's decent burn. It's a learn card. What could go wrong? Another Academic Dispute. Infuriate's not bad. Academic Probation is bad. I think we want the Dispute. It just works so well with Lorehold Pledge Mages. Like, if they have a creature that... I don't know. Yeah, if they have some creature that is, like, threatening to win the game, but not via combat, like it's doing something else powerful, this just says, sorry, you gotta block this turn, and you kill it, right? And with First Strike, you're pretty much like always actually removing it for free rather than trading with it. More Academic Disputes? More Lorehold Pledge Mages, I think. Yeah. Blood Age General is okay. Illustrious Historian. I mean, a 2-1 versus a 2-2. But I don't really care that much about a 2-2 extra toughness. And the Historian, you know, we might get to 5 mana and have nothing to do at some point. I think I'd rather have that. Start from Scratch is an okay lesson, but I think I want the Enthusiastic Study. I just have like the one learn card here plus this thing that wants to learn, and I'm taking a fair number of learn cards, but I think that's okay. Clever Lumimancer is alright. Okay, an excuse to take a lesson. Which one do I want? Probably this one. The Academic Dispute did come back. What did I end up taking instead? I don't remember. Oh, it was the Symbology, right. Pick 2, I took the Symbology. And I said if I got back Academic Dispute or Boots, I would be perfectly happy, and this is fine. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to have something that can remove stuff. You got the Infuriate back. I'm not in love with it. By the way, I remember there was a game that I played not too long ago. I don't remember which draft run it was, where my opponent had played like 3 Silver Quill Pledge Mages on the same turn or something insane like that. I don't remember if they had 9 mana and actually played them all on the same turn. Maybe it was 2 turns separated. But they like cast something and it was like, oh, I make all 3 of them fly. And I was realizing sometime after that run, like, wow, Whirlwind Denial would have been bonkers there, right? Counter the spell they played and also counter all 3 instances of making the thing fly. That would have been pretty cool. That was the Quandrix game, right? The Quandrix draft? Because I had that wall at the time, right? The Archway? And I think I've only drafted that once. Maybe I also played it in my failed red, green, blue deck. I don't remember. Anyway, Blood Age General is fine. Probably, like, I'm not excited to run it by any means. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Galazeth Prismari. Wow, it is the Prismari, like, not mascot, but founder or something, right? It's a 4-mana 3/4 flyer. Huh. It seems a lot weaker than like Shadrick Silverquill, for example. It's probably decent. I don't know that it's worth splashing for, but I'm not sure what else we have that we want. What the heck is a Returned Past Caller? A 6-mana card? 6-mana 4/2 flyer? And like it puts a card back in your hand? It doesn't seem that amazing. Hell. I didn't really take anything that wants me to do that. Yeah. This whole like Lorehold take stuff out of your deck, your graveyard synergy is like not really a thing. I don't know. I think I'm supposed to just take Galazeth Prismari and maybe splash blue for it? Like just 2 islands and I could run this without too much concern, I think. Is it any good? It is quite good. And the Return Past Caller, it says, is actually also fine. I mean, the Past Caller would certainly be in our colors. whereas Prismari would not. And the effect this thing has is like, you know, a little bit worse than this one, because like I'd rather have a 4/2 flyer than a 3/4 flyer, but it costs 2 less mana. But it does have to be blue. This might just get stuck in my hand. I think I'm taking the Past Caller. Someone else can have the Prismari Dream. Professor of Symbology looks alright. Yeah, it looks like the pick here. I don't know what else I would want. Guiding Voice, I guess, is okay. Stonebound Mentor, or like I've taken a decent number of learn cards recently, haven't I? I have like 3 of these. 2 Professors, Igneous Inspiration, Enthusiastic Study. Like I might just, you know, maybe supposed to take a lesson or something, right? More Elemental Summoning. Let's start trimming this deck, because I need to know like whether I'm excited enough to run like a 3-mana 3/3, or whether I should just take a lesson to increase my sideboard options. And I think probably I should just take the lesson, because I have a lot of stuff, and like a 3-mana 3/3 is not that inspiring when I already have like 4 playable 3-drop creatures. Maybe I don't need 2 Defend the Campuses. Probably don't need 2 Make Your Marks that much either. The Eager First Year can go. I think I turned up with enough. Actually, I'd rather get rid of the Blood Age General first, and maybe also get rid of the Eager First Year. We'll see. But I'd like to remove them in order so that I can just kind of stop when I. Yeah, I don't want the Sudden Breakthrough that much. And already we're down to 21 cards. Okay, so that's like fine. So I could take a 3-drop. I currently have 3 of them, and they're okay. How am I for lessons? There's this one, which I can't really play. 1 Anatomy, 1 Elemental Summoning, which I could maybe play. Alright, well, let's just take a 3-drop then, to make sure that I have something to play on that turn. In case I miss my Pledge Mages. Like, I shouldn't mind, like, learning. Hopefully, of course, most of my learns can hit the Phoenix. But I shouldn't mind, like, learning to just, like, discard and draw. So the fact that I'm short on actual lessons doesn't bother me too much. Stonebound Mentor offered again. Spirit Summoning is a lesson that's in my colors and okay, but not amazing. Riddle of Possibility and Rip Apart are, of course, kind of exciting. I mean, 2 mana, deal 3 damage, sorcery, I think is probably pretty good. 2 mana, you know, draw is interesting. I don't really have any draw right now. Use this to discard this guy and then cast something else to learn him. That would be kind of funny, wouldn't it? Probably not going to be done very often / ever, but it's an option. I'll just take Rip Apart. Pretty solid card. All Monitor? I have 11 instants and sorceries. So, like, we could take another Eager First here. I'd rather have the First Year than the Historian, I think. But I might prefer the hall monitor over either. I don't know. I don't really want to use mana on like stopping opponents from blocking. I want to use mana on combat tricking them so that when they block, they die. So let's get rid of the Historian, I think. The Lumimancer is fine. It's a 1 mana card that'll do something, and I have enough Magecraft triggers that it could actually be pretty good. Sometimes. So yeah, get out of here, you Historian, and come on in, you eager first year. Just take another land, I think. There's a few decent options in this pack, actually. Guiding Voice, Tome Shredder, Annihilation, Lorehold Campus, they're all fine. I think Tome Shredder like might actually be a little bit slow. I know it says haste on it, but it's a 3 mana 2/2 with haste. And its effect takes many turns to go off, and I kind of want to kill opponents before that. I think we are running 17 lands here. There's no real reason to go to fewer. I have a couple big cards, and my curve is maybe a little low, but 3-drops are not that small. I don't know. Maybe we could go 16 lands. Guiding Voice is pretty good, but I could get rid of Make Your Mark, actually, for a Guiding Voice, rather than just taking a slow land. Yeah, we like counters, we like learning. Enthusiastic Study or Beaming Defiance. They're both okay, as you can tell. I have both of them in my deck already. But I like Trample. It's a fun combat trick. What am I cutting for it, though? Because like these buffs work really well for the Twin Scroll Shaman as well. As for the Pledge Mages, my deck is kind of carried by. I don't know about carried by, but like the 3-drops are my win conditions. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll take this and see if I'm cutting something for it. Like cutting one of these 1 mana. I have a lot of 1 mana tricks. Maybe I end up cutting this. I don't know. Let's just sideboard it for now. This is junk. Nothing in my colors at all. Right? Yep. Let's take a... I don't know. I already have a bunch of negates. Who knows? Let's take a 10 Pest. Maybe I want to run a green-black constructed deck. Deadly Brew? Don't have any of those. Pigment Storm came back, and so did a Guiding Voice. I worry I have too many 1 mana combat tricks, actually. I need, like, playable stuff on early turns. Or not combat, like, you know, this is not a combat trick, it's a sorcery. I think a 3 mana 3/3 is like not that good for me. It has no special effects. I realize I'm keeping like a 3 mana 1/2 instead, but I have so many buffs for it that it should actually be. Its double strike should make it actually pretty good. Real Possibility came back. Okay. That's worth cutting an academic dispute for, I think. Hall monitor? I think not. I'm not that aggressive. So this is the deck, I guess. I could go futz with my sideboard, like put back in that sudden breakthrough that I temporarily, or enthused. It was a sudden breakthrough, right? That I sideboarded. With the idea that I'm... No, I guess it wasn't enthusiastic study. I sideboarded this one saying, yeah, I definitely don't want it. And this one, like, I drafted straight into my sideboard saying I might play it, but I think I won't. Like, I recognize this is a lot of 1 mana, like, kind of don't do anything spells, but that's kind of what my deck is about. 1 mana don't do anything spells. How many lessons did I end up with? Oops. 2? But I still think learning will be fine in this deck. Hopefully it hits the Phoenix. If not, discard then draw is probably fine a fair chunk of the time. Yeah. Oh, how did it set up my lands? Am I happy with that? 8 and 8. Seems fine. Alright, well, here I am trying again to play Lorehold aggro, and like I'm sure I'm going to regret it. But I'm not really that aggressive. It's like mid-range. Maybe even a little tempo? I don't know. They all mean the same thing. I don't have any red, but I guess that's fine. I have a 1-drop and a 2-drop, and I'll get a mountain eventually. What am I learning? Am I gonna learn to discard a plane? Is that crazy? Hey, mountain time! Okay. Well, in that case, maybe I'll learn elemental summoning. No, anatomy is probably better, right? This is a sorcery, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah. I'll just take the anatomy. I don't even have 2 red mana yet for the elemental summoning. Hey, it's another Lorehold deck. I didn't get any of those. Be a shame if I ripped it apart, eh? But I think actually now would be a great way to use... oh no, it's +3/+1, so it wouldn't keep my creature alive. Just using expanded anatomy on my Lumimancer might be okay. Okay. Decent value for our first learn, at least. Where are you? 3 mana 3/3, Vigilance Trample. Return stuff from your graveyard to the battlefield. That's very strong, but I don't really care. I'm gonna rip that bad boy apart, I think. I could swing, but they would obviously just, like, not block. Well, I could swing and see if they block, and then if they do, I would be happy to enthusiastic study. But they probably won't, so in that case I will then rip it apart. Yeah, that seems fine. They're no dummies, they're gonna let this through. Oh, but I missed 2 damage this way. That was why I was supposed to cast it in the other order. Right. I knew there was some... some reason I was supposed to do it first. Okay, this is fine. Red, white, and blue, huh? Blue doesn't go with much of this. This would do 12 damage, I guess. Yeah. Let's get this damage in now before they get a creature down. The fact that I missed 2 damage last turn actually means this was missing lethal. So, yeah, these things matter. You know, I was gonna be able to kill them anyway with Pigment Storm probably at some point soon, but would have been better to have dealt more damage, obviously. There you go. I mean, Lumimancer and Symbology won the game. Plus a bunch of instants. Not even a bunch. Some. Mostly sorceries, actually. Cool. This is fine. I have a 2-drop that learns. It's not as good as the last hand. Pledge Mage is nice. Is there some reason to just stick with white here? I don't think so. Witherbloom. Oh, should I be discarding like a land right now to draw more? I feel like that wouldn't be such a bad idea. Like, I don't really need these. I guess I have I have another learn card in my... I have several learn cards in my hand. I could take one of these and just plan to discard it. But I'll take Expanded Anatomy as like a playable card. Okay, happy with all these Pledge Mages. We swing with a 2/1. We play a Pledge Mage. Putting 2 counters on that is just disgusting. I'm a little worried about what opponent is up to. Like, if I commit to the Pledge Mage, am I going to regret it? Hope not. Well, I think that's foolish. Just play another Pledge Mage first. Opponent doesn't seem to have any instance. I already played a land. This is what I meant to play. But they could easily have some removal on their turn. And Anatomy gets more value. Yeah, okay. Sure. Okay. We're actually aggroing in ways that are good? I guess. There's a longer draft than usual, and I've still finished more games than usual by this time. I think. They've been very short games. Which is what you hope for, I guess, when you have, like, I don't know. I don't have small creatures. I have, like, medium creatures. Solkanar. Fine. Not in love with it, but I have a 1-drop and then a Beaming Defiance to combat trick to keep it alive, and get something. There's a lot of draws I could have that would be good. Obviously, lands would be bad. I don't think I'm going to need Beaming Defiance right now. On the other hand, like, I'm not going to need 3 mana next turn, probably, right? So, it's just a question of when do I want to not... When do I want to play this tap land, right? And I think now is not the right time. Because now, like, okay, they play some removal, I can, like, Beaming Defiance it. Okay, that's fine. I'll rip that apart, and then that's my turn that I only need 2 mana. I can do this. Oh, you know what? I could have just Academic Disputed it. That might have been better. Get me a learn card and also save me some mana. Or save me the bigger card. But it turns out fine, because now I can play Twin Scroll Shaman. And it's actually great, because I used the more expensive card instead of the cheaper one, and now I'm actually using the mana for something. Yes, and I will still have enough red to play this. Okay. You must block me now. Sure, you can have reach as well. Can you target your own creatures, by the way? You can. So I could have not forced this to block. But I'm happy it did. They might have some life gain synergies. Oh, sneaky. Gonna name the card you know is in my hand? You are. Well done. I don't really care though. You can have some life from me and a card for yourself. Any draw right now is good. A land is fine, a non-land is fine. Sure. No need to do this now. Let's just attack. And then crush their spirit with a 4/2 flyer. Give me a rip apart, please. Okay, that one was also basically unopposed. Opponent played a couple cards, but we had easy answers to them. And that Twin Scroll Shaman absolutely like, I don't know what word I was trying to say there. Not any words that start with stra, but I guess I almost straight up was a thing I was thinking. Like, I was confused. I was going to say absolutely great or straight up great, and I went up with absolutely stra. Oh well. Stop trying to make straw happen. There you go. Probably not going to catch on as a new word. Fine. I have a 2-drop, I have some draw, I have my colors, sure. Not ideal, but... let's make them scared that I have a shock. That's a plains, huh? Okay. Doesn't look like a plains to me. Ugh. Okay, this is looking like our first loss. Opponent has a real hand. But I'll see what I can do. Just give me anatomy. A great lesson. I've been very happy that I added this to my deck. I remember there were several other cards I was thinking would be playable, and I picked this one, and it's way better than whatever they were. Okay, so they're just 2 colors, black, white. Really? No attack with the 1/1. That's a little surprising. Don't you want to trade with it? You want to keep it as a blocker so I can't attack, I guess. But you know I have expanded anatomy, right? I could also thrill a possibility something. Like one of my lands? I don't know. I could put counters on this and start attacking. Not really what I want to do. But I don't think anything else is very... Let's try digging for a Pledge Mage, I guess. No! Don't you mana tithe me. Okay. We found a Pledge Mage. I guess I could have attacked and used Infuriate to kill this pest, but that seems insane. Gosh, okay. Turns out killing the pest not so insane. Yes, leaving red open, please. Do I swing here? I think that's fine. They don't want to block, I don't think. Okay. I mean, using this to keep my 2/1 alive is okay. It would be better once I have a Pledge Mage down, but I have other stuff to do at that point. If this said you may untap it, that would be kind of interesting. Right, then I could kill their 1/1 by making it block me. Ooh. Ooh. What if I just put some counters on this? Okay, so they're like blocking because they'll get to make fires if they, I guess? I don't know. Why don't they want to attack with this anymore? Well, like, Expanded Anatomy leaves me with Make Your Mark. This would be a 5/4 this turn, so it could easily attack both of these. It would be a 4/4 permanently. If they have like any removal, it's really bad for me. But I think if they can kill this, I'm pretty dead anyway, so I may as well commit to it. And I don't think I should attack with the professor. They just like trade with it, and I don't have a combat trick right now that makes me not care about that. Fine. Funny trick, by the way. Make your mark on their creature to make a 3/2. I don't think it's a good idea, though. I guess I could have made this 2/2 block. That would have been a decent idea, but I don't think that amazing, really. I want to save that for like when... Yeah, here we go. Okay, well, I'll make a 3/2, hope for the best. As I said, this seems like the first game we're like. Okay, well, I can't play that, so maybe not quite as okay as I was initially thinking. I could Academic Dispute. I think I'm just gonna swing with everything and have a trample effect available. Or if they block, they probably will. God, they have so much more life than me. How did that happen? I guess I have not ever connected and they've connected a bunch. That would explain it. Well, okay. I kind of need to learn, I think. I don't really want Defend the Campus. Elemental Summoning might be useful. I really should be using Academic Dispute better, but I don't want them to block with their 2/2. They just get a 3/2 flyer back. It's like, ugh. I could have resigned a while ago, I think. Yeah, I mean, what am I going to draw that wins against this? Pledge Mage and Rip Apart, maybe, somehow? Could Rip Apart their only flyer, but they have this? Yeah, I don't know. Fine, I'll let you kill me. At least for one more turn. Yeah. Actually, yeah, they're adding this damage. And these 2/2s. Like, what am I supposed to... My turn. Okay. The deck didn't do that well this game, and opponent's deck did great. Not much you can do about that, I think. I'm still happy with the 3 very quick wins we got. Huh. This has a good, like, mana base, but it doesn't have any creatures? I don't think I can keep this. This is bananas. Okay. I keep. Okay, I mean, like, it doesn't do anything until turn 3, but it has, like, my 3 top creatures in the whole deck, right? So I'll take it. Now I draw the tap land, exactly when I finally don't want to play one anymore. Oh well. I won't block if they attack. Red, white, and blue, huh? Well, if they tap out and then attack, yes, I will block. Guiding Voice and then attack and play a Pledge Mage is cute, but I think I'd rather just go in with this guy. Because then Guiding Voice can bring it back if they kill it. Oh, I forgot it has this effect. You even get to learn the first time you play it. Alright, give me Anatomy, please. Okay. I guess I play the Pledge Mage. And pass? I want to save the counters for bringing this back, I think. I want to hold everything back to block, actually. They're an aggressive enough deck that I don't want to be trading 2 damage for the ability to let them attack me. And this creature, it wants an excuse to die. I think I'll just chump it, actually. Because Guiding Voice here is kind of what I want to do. And I don't want to risk them killing the Pledge Mage. Two, 4. Instants and sorceries have lifelink, okay. Exile something to your graveyard at random. You can cast it. Okay. So, wow. They can play Rip Apart again, huh? But only this turn. Well... I guess in that case I'll make the smaller commitment. Oh, it's even gonna lifelink. We're gonna gain 3 life for killing my presumably Pledge Mage? Unless they really want to go face and they kill my 2/2? That seems crazy. No blocks, I guess. It's +1 +0. So if I buff this one, you'll be able to trade your 2/1. If I buff this one, I guess it's fine. And I have a 4/4 now that threatens to block anything they attack with. Just gonna remove that too? Okay. I guess I'm dead. Yep. Well, we'll do max damage just for fun here. This creature was supposed to win the game, but instead it didn't. Oh god, they can Pigment Storm again. What a gross card. The Radiant Scroll Wielder is amazing. I think without it, I might have been okay. They had 2 good removal spells, but they got... I don't know. It was a 2/4, which was pretty cool, and it also got to, like, remove my Pledge Mage, which was amazing, so... I don't have anything till 3, but what I do have on 3 is pretty good. A lot of it's red. I guess I'll start here. I don't think it matters. More lore hold. Okay. I mean, I could actually play the Shaman. Like, if they just have some removal sitting around, I'd rather they use it on this. But I'm not gonna... Next turn I want to play this guy, right? And I want to have the Pledge Mage down rather than the Shaman. Silver Quill Pledge Mage. That's a surprise. Okay. Please die. This game has started off well. I'm happy with this. They definitely could, like, still come back, for sure. There's plenty of stuff they could do. I think I just want to play my 4-drop and swing in. There's some hope that I could play, like, a 3 and a 2 next turn. That's why I want to use the expensive card now. Plus, I'd like to have something better to be able to learn. Oh, there you go. I have a 5-drop. I forgot. If you remove anything, it should definitely be the Pledge Mage. With, like, Pigment Storm, Pigment Rain, whatever it's called. Oh, Exile. Okay. I don't know. That creature was fine, but I'm doing okay without it. Just play a 5-drop. I wonder if they were too concerned about the long-term value that card might have created, and should have been more concerned about like the fact that this is currently killing them. I'm saving these for next turn, when I can cast them on the Twin Scroll Shaman. I guess I could have put this on now, but I don't know. I don't want to commit to something when, like, they might remove it. I don't know. This seems great for me, obviously. I spent a bunch of mana on, like, doing nothing. I should have done this last turn, though. So it's definitely wanted to put it here. And, like, if they have some removal, they could do it in response to this. I don't think so. Please don't kill it. They would have killed it already if they could, right? What a top deck. Okay, didn't need it, but pretty good card to pick up at that moment. Okay, I'm not sure what instant they like kept getting priority to consider casting. It apparently wasn't relevant in combat somehow. Make your mark, maybe? Don't know. This needs a land, and then it's pretty good. It's a little risky, but I think so would be mulliganing. That's fine. I wish it were a plane, so I could play my 2-drop, but this will have to do for now. Unless I get another planes, I'd be happy to draw one. No. Alright. I guess I could make their thing block and then I could learn. I don't think that's any good at all. Alright, opponent is off to a much better start. There's my planes. A little late. But better late than never. Attacking with this is actually not buffing me up enough. I'd be a 3/2 and they could triple block. And even if I kill this, these guys would get to trade, which I'd rather avoid. So I think I just play 2 1-drops. What am I learning? I'm learning counters, right? I said 2 1-drops, I meant 2 2-drops. I think I'm learning counters. I could just play a 3-drop and this. That's not bad. Let's do that. This game seems reasonably close so far. Opponent has a good start. I have a good start. Let's see how it winds up. Nice. Look at all that card draw. Well, it turns out attacking and forcing this to block would have done something, because then they wouldn't have been able to... I don't know. I hate this. I guess it's fine. I have plenty of stuff right now to kill the witch. Right? I want to make it learn, or I want to learn, and what else? Play both 2-drops? Is that enough? These are 3 2s? I guess that's fine. Maybe play this instead? The question is whether I want to learn and then actually play the counters that I get, and I think the answer is no. Oh. See, I can't play this turn, but I could next turn. But I want to play the shaman and be able to give it counters, so... Well, I guess I'll have both, right? Let's just take this so they don't know I'm getting counters, maybe? In case that somehow changes their decisions. They can block with everything to kill one of them. Which would be fine, but they're not going to. Okay. Card, bro. Sure. I mean, I would like to be able to use the counters on this, but it doesn't seem like I have the time. See how you block. I'm screaming that I have a combat trick. We'll see if they believe me. And they don't know necessarily which one it is, I suppose. I guess you must have it infused with vitality here? Big play. Okay. It resolves. Wrong choice, though. I guess they didn't believe me about my combat trick. Pretty cool card. I could pick up, like, Expanded Anatomy even, maybe? But I think just Elemental Summoning is plenty at the moment. I don't have that trample trick, right? Yeah. Okay, Play the Mage is pretty gross sometimes. That's the moral of this story. Alright, here we go. One more win to cross over the threshold into being net positive for the run. I mean, I don't know. We've won some gold and so on just from the dailies, so we're doing fine. If every run were this good, I could afford to play forever without spending any money. I talked yesterday about someone who, a Redditor, who responded to one of my comments about Dyson Sphere project and said I was wrong about Factorio. And I said in the video that I was still right, but thinking about it, I think I'm actually not. So, you know, if you've like got a draft of some angry letter that you were going to send me, but you wanted to wait and see if I self-corrected, I'm publishing that retraction now. So there you go. A faulty but reasonable seeming assumption in my claim. Black, huh? Okay, well, just give me the counters. It's like the greatest lesson I've ever seen in this deck. Although at the moment I don't have anything to do with it. I'm not going to use Igneous Inspiration. I guess I just put counters on you to have something to do, huh? If they remove it, that kind of sucks, but I don't want to do nothing with my mana. And this is a sorcery, so it's not like I could use it on their turn if I stayed untapped. Trying to decide if it's worth killing my 4/3, maybe? What black-white spell would do that as an instant? Can't think of anything, really. I'm sure there is something. Expel, I think, is a sorcery, so we at least get in 4 more damage here. I could hold it back, but that seems foolish. It's not a sorcery. Okay. I guess I could have looked that up. What could I get rid of here? I'm sure there's something that I'd rather than putting this in hand, I want to just like draw like another useful card. But actually everything I have is fine, so let's just pick this up. I guess they should have expelled it earlier, huh? Can I kill him with this? +3/+1 would make it a 7/4, so they would be alive with 1? Okay. Fine. In that case, I will not go to combat. Oh no, I see. We passed into combat and then... How does that work? Shouldn't I have gotten... How does... So there's combat, and then before combat, and then the first part of combat is attackers? I don't quite understand when they were allowed to do this. That didn't leave me pre-main phase. It doesn't matter, I guess. I can just play this later. Post-main. But I don't totally understand. MTG combat phase steps. Anyway, we don't want to play any of this. Oh, I can use this to block their flyer. You can target your own creatures. I was like, Oh yeah, you can give their stuff reach. Cool, but no, I can give my stuff reach. I don't know why this has not occurred to me. Combat phase has 5 steps. Beginning of combat, declare attackers, declare blockers. Yeah, so... Ooh, alright. Spooky. Guess we're not going to block their thing. So they waited until beginning of combat, but not beginning of attackers. But shouldn't I have had priority first? I guess, like, normally nothing happens in that step. Complicated timing. So we swing with everything, right? There's no, like, reason not to. And then we have... Well, okay, I could also Pigment Storm them. That might be better. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Ah, you know what I should have done? I want to put a stop in combat, see if it'll let me do stuff in... before the attacker's step. Let's do that. Stop at combat. Just for practice. So now we're in the before attackers phase of combat. Got it. So this is when I could do something that would, like... It's not their main phase yet, so they can't play a creature before combat, but it's also, yeah, we just swing with everything here and they're dead. Because if they had done something during my main... then I could have played a creature before combat. So they must have done it during combat, but before attackers. And I don't know how often that happens. Like, I know if you don't, like, turn on full control or put in a stop or something, Arena, like, assumes you to be passing at times when it's reasonable to pass. And I guess... I've found in the past that opponent's second main is a time that it thinks it's reasonable for you to pass if they want to go to end, because you'd usually prefer to cast stuff in their end than in their second main. And there have been a few exceptions to that when I've been caught out and wishing I had done something before end. I wonder if it does that also for their first main and says, well, you'd usually at least rather wait until attackers, right? I think it does. Or not attackers, but combat. So when it's said, like... When it's not my turn, and it has said, do you want to pass to attackers? I thought that was meaning, do you want to end their first main? But it actually meant, you've, like, implicitly been assumed to be willing to leave their second main and go to combat. Now they're committed to combat, and you're doing something before attackers. I've done stuff in that time frame all the time, and it never occurred to me that I was even doing it. So I guess Arena has been doing a good job of, like, acting on my... This is an amazing hand. Acting on my behalf in a reasonable way, and, like, in a way that I don't even realize it's doing it, so good job on that. Oh, well, this is a little awkward. I don't have, like, any instance that I care about right now, so getting this guy down is not that important. I think it might be better to play this to make sure I can curve out 2, 3, 4, rather than hoping I draw land to go, like, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Because this just isn't going to do anything for a fair while. Silver Quill. Okay. I was just gonna say Silver Quill, like, oh, Silver Quill. And then I was like, wait a minute, that sounds kind of like Silver Bells? And I, like, almost committed to singing Silver Bells, but I didn't really, so it sounded even worse. I don't know. That's an explanation for the strange noises I made. I did end up drawing another land. I maybe could have had this down. Yikes. Yikesy yikes, that's gonna be a creature and a half, huh? Okay. I mean, I'm glad they put that in detention instead of a real creature. But it is basically removed. I'm never going to have 3 mana to pay that. Not until the game is over, one way or another. Are you kidding me? That's quite something. Oh my god, they are so committed to this creature. 1 Expel wins the game. But I don't have one in my deck. Okay, what am I supposed to do here? Make your mark makes it tapped, right? No, it doesn't. Okay, so I have 4 mana. They have a 5/5. I could play a Lumimancer and undetention my Pledge Mage, I guess? Yeah, that seems good. Then I have something to chump this turn and a real creature in the future. Hopefully. And it does say only as a sorcery, so I couldn't wait until their turn to use this as a trick. Well, I'm not blocking with this next turn. I might as well take the 2 damage while I can. What if they have Expel? I think it's too important. I don't need 2 damage. I need to kill this creature, and then, like, I win the game. Oh my god, I'm dead! No, that's only 9 damage. I don't know what this last... Oh, I do know. It's Expanded Anatomy? Oh, they picked up another one. Oh my god, okay. So, any burn, which Silverquill does have some. Any burn and I'm instantly dead. That's going to be a 9/9, which is sort of problematic. I think I need another of these so that Make Your Mark can do a lot. And more chumps. Block with this one, right? Not this one? This is only better if I've played 2 instants in a single turn, which is not likely to happen. If they trample over me, like, I guess I'm dead. But black-white shouldn't have that. So what I want to do is have Expanded Anatomy, then I have 4/6, and Make Your Mark is enough to... not quite kill, because it'll be a 9... It'll have 9, right? So... 4/6... This adds 3 more, right? It would actually be 9. So yeah, I don't want to play this, because this is a very important card to have available right now. And I guess I can attack with the one that has Vigilance. And you? Probably I shouldn't though, right? What if they have a Study Break again? I would rather be able to chump one of my... I'd rather be able to chump this. And I don't care about doing damage, really. we'll just do this much. Hopefully this is all they have. Pass to blockers first. Well, no. I want to see... If they're removing this, I might want to block with only this guy, for example. Not that it really matters, I think. I don't know. If they somehow remove one of these, I guess I don't want this to die, which is what would happen if I put it in there. The extra damage wouldn't help. Oh my god, we killed it. Okay. Hurdle number 1. Accomplished. Now we just need them to never have any creatures again, any, like, burn. I don't think, like, non-burn creatures are an issue. I need to make sure I leave back a couple defenders. Blockers, I guess, is the magic term. In case they... Like, I want 3 blockers at all times, in case they have another study break. But if they draw a flyer, which, like, Silver Quill has a lot of, this thing just instantly kills me because it gains flying... It's almost like playing a haste flyer, right? To play a flyer now, because then this can fly. There's not a lot I can do about it. If I had Academic Dispute, or like that would be great, but I don't. So I guess I played this and this. You're free. God, this is so greedy. I don't know. I think I need to kill him fast. Well, that's... No, that's fine. If they have something that can tap or remove a single creature, I'm, like, in a lot of trouble anyway, I think. Let's just try to get in 10 damage and put them on, like, a 2-turn clock. Yeah. Let's do that. Gives them fewer turns to draw a flyer. Oh well, I don't know. I still think it was the right play. Like... More detention, yes, I lose to that. But if I don't do that, then... They don't have to chump. Like, say they brick this turn, right? Then they have to hold this back and chump with it to avoid me killing them, because I'm threatening 12. So that was sort of what I was trying to do by getting in more damage, was give them fewer turns to win. I could instead have kept back more attackers, been safe from something like this, so they kind of have fewer outs to win, but they have more turns to draw those outs. I still don't know. Like, either play could have been right, but I don't think this one was deplorable. It just didn't work. Was that 5 wins, I think? We didn't make it to 6? I've lost track. Oh, we did make it to 6. How nice. That was quite a Silver Quill Apprentice. It was a lot of work to kill it, and it did a ton of damage in the meantime. Did I miss any chances to stop some damage? That also might have saved my life. That would be an interesting thing if you want to like go back and do some forensic analysis of the replay. Because if I missed 2 life at some point, like that also would have probably won. I don't know. Anyway, still a satisfying draft. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.